People would rather be right than be free. Being right is the poor man's version of self-worth.
Wow.
Yeah, that stings if people really get it, because they'll prove to themselves that either this is too good to be true and sabotage it, or I knew this wouldn't bust. Well, you get to be right even though it was someone you loved or a job opportunity you wanted.
Okay, well, what's that proof going to do for your life?
Keeps
Nothing.
your ego alive.
Yeah.
That's how subtle and self-destructive the ego is.
That's amazing.
When the guy says people would rather be right than be free, man, that hits so hard. I never used that specific term as a coach. Early in my career, I would say to my players all the time, you guys would rather be right than be good. You'd rather be right than get better. Like, you want to win an argument with me trying to explain why you did what you did, even though the end result was negative. You didn't get what you wanted out of it. We didn't get what we wanted out of it. Why are you trying to be right when you could just listen and get better? Like, shouldn't that be the goal rather than being right? So when he says, people want to be right than be free, it's true. I was applying it to basketball all these years, but that's really applicable to anything in life. He said being right is the poor man's version of self-worth. Thinking about my coaching journey, I've seen it so many times. And it's good to be able to have terms to apply to it, because then you know what you're looking at when you're looking at it. I remember having a confrontation with a player immediately post-game. I started it off by saying, like, yo, I was wrong about this thing. I apologize. I was wrong here. The energy is super negative. What's the energy about? And I remember his response being, yo, you think you're right all the time. And I was like, bro, I just acknowledged that I was wrong and I apologize for it. Again, when your self-worth is attached to that, that's all you can see, and you can't get out of that space, because if you get out of that, then who are you? Where are you? What are you? So really powerful. Lastly, he says that's how subtle and destructive the ego is. And I think that's probably the most profound statement in the entire video. I think it was like Game of Thrones has a part, I don't remember where, one of the guys says to one of the men, you got to kill your last name before it kills you. I think that's just another way of saying, you got to kill your ego before it kills you. And that's a daily thing. You don't master that one time. That's a repetitive life practice. Otherwise, very subtly, it will find a way to destroy you. This is Context, Nuance, and Humor with Coach K.